Someone across the room opens their mouth wide. They stretch, they yawn. And now you feel it too. Your jaw tightens, your eyes water. You try to stop it. You can't. But the real answer for why this happens is far stranger than tiredness. You've been told your whole life that yawning means you're sleepy. That's only half true. Yawning is old. Older than sleep schedules. Older than language. Older in some sense than being human at all. Dogs yawn when their owners yawn. Chimpanzees yawn when other chimpanzees yawn. Even some fish flare their gills in a strangely similar motion. So this isn't a habit you picked up. It's wired into you. Here's the part that should stop you cold. You didn't choose to yawn just now. Something in another person's face reached directly into your nervous system and pulled the trigger. No words were exchanged. No request was made. Your body simply obeyed. What is happening inside you when that happens? Start with the obvious question. Why do you yawn at all, contagious or not? For decades, the popular explanation was oxygen. The idea was simple. Your blood oxygen dips, your brain senses it, and a yawn drags in a big gulp of air to fix the problem. It sounds tidy. It's also wrong. Researchers tested this directly. They had people breathe pure oxygen and separately breathe air high in carbon dioxide, then measured how often they yawned. Oxygen levels made no difference at all. If the old theory were true, that experiment should have changed everything. It didn't move the needle. So if it isn't about air, what is it about? The strongest evidence now points to something more surprising: temperature, specifically brain temperature. Your brain runs best within a narrow range, and a yawn appears to work like a built-in cooling system. The deep inhale, the stretch of the jaw, the increased blood flow to the face, all of it may help pull heat away from your skull. Psychologist Andrew Gallup has spent years testing this idea. In one study, he had participants hold either a warm pack or a cold pack against their forehead while watching videos of other people yawning. The people holding the cold pack yawned far more often. The people holding the warm pack barely yawned at all. Cooling the head made the urge stronger. Warming it shut the urge down. Think about what that means. Your body isn't just gulping air when you yawn. It may be trying to keep the most expensive organ you own from overheating. But that still doesn't explain the contagious part. Why does watching someone else yawn make you yawn, even if your own brain temperature is perfectly fine? This is where it gets personal. Literally. Neuroscientist Atsushi Senju ran a study on children with autism and found something striking. Children who scored lower on measures of social connectedness were significantly less likely to catch a yawn from someone else. The yawning reflex was still there. The trigger just wasn't landing the same way. That single result cracked the mystery wide open. Contagious yawning isn't really about tiredness or temperature at all. It's about connection. Later research backed this up from another angle entirely. Psychologist Elizabeth Cerulli and her colleagues found that people scoring higher on empathy tests were more likely to catch yawns from strangers. The closer you feel to someone, the more likely their yawn becomes yours. Watch a video of a stranger yawning and you might catch it. Watch your best friend yawn in person, and the odds go up. Watch a family member and they go up again. Why would your body build a feature like this? What possible purpose does mirroring someone else's exhaustion serve? Look back at where humans come from. For most of your species' history, you weren't living alone. You were living in small, tight groups, sleeping in the open, depending on each other to notice danger before it noticed you. A group like that needed to move together, rest together, wake together. If one person in the group felt drowsy and their body language quietly signaled it to everyone nearby, the whole group could wind down at roughly the same time. No meetings, no discussion. Just a silent physical vote spreading from face to face. Some researchers believe this is a form of what's called social synchrony, the same underlying mechanism that makes people unconsciously match each other's walking pace or fall into the same breathing rhythm during a conversation. Yawning may simply be the loudest, most visible version of a much larger pattern. Your nervous system has been built to sync with the people around you, constantly, without asking your permission. That reframes the whole experience, doesn't it? The yawn spreading across a room isn't really about sleep. It's a signal moving through a group, the same way it might have moved through your ancestors resting at the edge of a fire or lying together for safety in tall grass while the light disappeared. There's a strange twist here, too. Chimpanzees studied by primatologists don't just catch yawns from other chimpanzees. Some catch them from watching videos of yawning humans. The signal appears to cross species lines, as if the underlying mechanism recognizes drowsiness itself, not just members of its own group. And yet, dogs seem to yawn more in response to their owners than to strangers. Domesticated animals appear to have tuned their contagious yawning specifically toward the humans they're bonded to. The behavior didn't just survive evolution, it adapted itself to new relationships as they formed. So the next time a yawn spreads through a meeting, or a classroom, or a quiet car ride, you're not just watching tiredness travel from one mouth to another. You're watching an ancient social circuit fire in real time, a circuit built for groups that needed to move as one, a circuit that still checks without asking you how closely you're bonded to the people around you. That's also why you almost never catch a yawn from someone you dislike. Try it. Picture someone you feel distant from, someone you don't trust, someone you've never felt close to. Now picture them yawning in front of you. The pull is weaker. Sometimes it isn't there at all. Your body is quietly measuring the relationship before it decides whether to respond. It also explains something else you may have noticed, but never questioned. Very young children rarely catch yawns. The contagious response usually develops around age 4 or 5, right around the time a child begins to understand that other people have their own separate thoughts and feelings. The physical reflex seems to wait for the social awareness to catch up first. So this small, involuntary stretch of your jaw is doing more than you ever gave it credit for. It's cooling your brain. It's marking who you feel closest to. It's echoing a survival strategy that helped small groups of your ancestors rest, wake, and move through danger together. None of that crosses your mind in the moment, of course. In the moment, it just feels like an itch behind your eyes that has to be scratched. So here's the real question to sit with. The next time you feel that pull spreading through a room, and your body responds before your mind even catches up, ask yourself what it's really measuring. Because it was never about being tired. It was always about who you belong to. Like and subscribe for more.